Leadership's the obvious answer. But this is also a period of cultural nationalism, a period of black pride. This is definitely not the Army, okay? And many black soldiers, conscripted, draft-motivated volunteers, wanted to show black pride. They wanted to claim their black identity. Culture was crucial. Soul music, urban or African clothing, and afros. It's amazing going through Army records how many serious racial conflicts began over the choice of whether or not music was soul or country and western. Amazing. How many Article 15s, non-judicial punishments, were issued for failing to obey a legal order that was about something like a haircut or wearing an item of clothing that was not approved as a statement of identity? Okay, so the PX, right? PX officials whose job is to provide consumer goods to service personnel on institutions throughout the world had the significant insight that the Army defaulted to white in so many spheres, and that many black soldiers didn't find the cultural elements that supported their life choices. So they said, we can fix that. They'll solve the problem within their sphere. They'll change what the PX stocks. So it's the Army, right? PX officials do extensive research on what black customers tended to buy in the civilian world. They sent people out to observe in department stores in cities with large black populations. It was just, and they came up with a long list of, quote, ethnic products, not doing still a great job in not marginalizing people, right? To be regularly stocked in the 3,300 PX the exchanges worldwide. In Korea, they started stocking Afro combs. They ordered 500. They sold out within a matter of minutes. It's going to be a challenge, but that's what they do. They manage inventory. They can do this. It sounds peripheral in a way, but when you think about it, the PX was either the third or the fourth largest retail institution in the world. And when it started ordering soul music and stocking Ebony magazine, and for Christmas, at this point, 1 in 5 dolls was black, that made a huge difference. Not only for the soldiers and their families, but also for the black-owned businesses that were creating these products. It was a big deal. And plenty of soldiers are quite happy about these changes. But black pride is not simply a matter of consumer goods, and it can't just be purchased at the PX. So as racial tensions grew and anti-military sentiments started spreading more and more throughout the Army across race, the Afro becomes a huge issue. Again, not the Army. Becomes a huge issue. Fort Bragg had a series of seminars, and they found that the participants, black and white, were obsessed with hair policy. A survey at Fort Carson in March 1970 found that 1 in 5 enlisted men listed hair as their top concern. It is 1970. 2/3 put hair in their top 4. For perspective, it's less than 10 months after the Battle of Hamburger Hill. And 1 in 5 servicemen are saying hair is their biggest concern. Now, it's important to stress that Army regulations about hair were not racially neutral. The proper haircut was often referred to as a white wall, right? Which was also used as slang for white soldiers. And lots of young soldiers wanted long hair. It was the 70s. I once, this is really embarrassing. It was 1968, I think, and I broke up with my boyfriend in 7th grade because his mother made him get a haircut before the dance. One of my less proud moments. I still feel like apologizing to him, but I found him on Facebook. He's not a good guy. It's okay. PX again came up with a partial solution. They found an experienced black barber and sent him around the world to teach people, local barbers, how to cut black hair. And they authorized what they called an afro. I don't think a single black person called it an afro, but the Army did. But they stopped charging extra for cutting black hair, and they taught people better techniques in any case. But even so, the problem was inconsistency. You could pass an inspection in the morning, and then by the afternoon, a different officer can, say that your haircut isn't appropriate. Both black soldiers and white soldiers believed the other group was getting more latitude. There's a solution to that. How does the Army solve a problem like that?
Uniformity.
Yeah, uniformity. Uniformity through regulations. All right. No specific mention of hair, 1967, up to 37 words.
Wow.
Right? This is in the space of a year. This is what it looks like now.
Oh my gosh.